a racing schedule. I'm going to be joining the booth with my boy 81. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, Wired. How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad. Been a little under the weather the past 2 days, but starting to feel better and excited to watch some good racing.
Indeed, tonight it's going to be a pretty good race. You're going to tell us about everyone who's going to be in it?
Yeah, so we're going to be watching the Eastern Division. Captains of the week are going to be I Think I Can W, the boy prodigy that could, and his Flying Missiles, D. Westberg, and the Thunder Hamsters. I love that name. Still, it's it's my favorite name. And we have Spider Monkey and the Shenanigan Pancakes going head to head in week number 4.
So, I will just go ahead and point out right now the thing I want to keep my eyes on for this race is for the championship standings, the Flying Missiles W's team holds the division lead currently, but Shenanigan Pancakes, that is Spider's team, is only 1 point behind. So that's going to be a very interesting battle for the division lead.
Yeah, and they're being led in points by their gold driver in Ruthless Mamba. He's been having a really, really good season.
That's right. Ruthless is leading the gold division entirely. I mean, taking up the slack for W, who has missed a race or two and had his own issues. But Ruthless really putting the work in there to cover for when W's not in. Ruthless doing a
Well,
great job to get them all the points.
that would be true, except Ruthless is on Spider's team.
Oh, you are right.
Yeah,
Apologies.
last week for the Flying Missiles, it was
Oh,
really
so
Soul Pun who put the team on the back with the back-to-back
that's
wins.
that's right. Yes, that is right. I got a little bit mistaken, a little bit turned around, but we got it now. Yeah, so that statement's even more impressive for Mamba then, since Mamba has the points lead for his entire team, which includes Spider. So that's very impressive, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Going into this race, we have a couple, I believe 2 free agents. You got your boy Ty Hard, PRA legend. He's back for some racing. And Racer Chick, who's going into week 2 of her PRA experience.
That's right, as we're now underway in qualifying.
I'm going to keep an eye on... I think I want to ride with Captain Napkins.
So
He
I
joined
can,
late, so let's put him on the on blast.
so I like it. I'll just keep the overhead view for now from the drone, which unfortunately you don't get to pilot, but Bugbear, make it happen.
Yeah, and everyone's first hot laps are coming in now. And Captain Napkins is not on the pole because W is W.
Yeah. Soul Pun up in second, though. The thing about this inner oval is a lot of the times are going to be very, very close.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in my lobby earlier, the top 3 times were all within 1200ths of each other. So, it was like a 6004, 6007, and a 612 or something like that. 6012.
Right now we're currently seeing the top 5 with 16.0s. Let's see if anyone could break into the 15s, if anyone I'd see W probably doing it. But not yet, though.
Yeah, I think W can break into those 15s. D West is another strong guy here on ovals. D Highs is just throwing his teammates around.
D West, okay, W took the lead, but then D West took it back. I was gonna say a minute ago, as of like lap 5, the top 4 were within like 400ths of each other in lap time, but now D West and W are looking to spread that gap a little further.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the big surprise for me right now is seeing Spider down in 8th right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's a lot more of a road course guy, though, I would say.
Yeah,
With
he
everyone
is,
being
and
so good on the ovals, Not that he's put a bad job in. Someone I will point out, though, is his teammate Ruthless Mamba jumping up to second. W taking that from him, though. No.
As usual, W never letting people have nice things. Um,
No.
but as you can see, we're going on. I'm riding on with Ty here for the remainder. You know, it's a little shout out to the old veteran that could. He took a little break, but it's good to see him back.
That's right, as we're going to start having our guys cross the line.
And
Looks like D West. Go ahead.
Ty does improve his time, goes up into fourth. W is in second, and D West is going to be our pole setter for today.
That's right, D West will hold on. A very crucial day for him as well to take advantage of not only team points but individual points as well with the Diamond Series.
And man, look at some of these bronze guys out qualifying a lot of silver and golds down there in Old Stock and Mad Matt. Ty, as you can see, is on the red team, which is a lie. I would put him up in the at least yellow.
At least the yellow.
But he has taken a little break, so I will have the conversations with the people I need to make sure he's not in bronze.
That's right.
So we're getting ready for 40 laps here on Big Valley Inner in the B Class Stellar. You raced this earlier today. What did you think about it?
I enjoyed the first race. So from our lobby, which was the lobby with my own team, then B Sprague's team and D's Card's team. The first race, it was actually a really good race, though myself and Unknown, not trying to brag, just stating factual statements, kind of took away with the race a little bit in the first one. But from third down, it was an all-out brawl.
Yeah, my lobby was very, very clean. Great racing overall. I started in second. Did not end in second. I ended up
As it goes.
I ended up clipping a wall and spinning around and damaged my car on like lap 4, so it was a bit of a struggle bus for me.
Yikes.
But it was Little Zombie who ended up taking the win there, and very, very good battle between him and Colt. They had some lead changes and everything up front, so it was
a welcome back to him, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to have him back. It was fun to watch his taillights for 2 races in a row. But yeah, so he got first and Colt got second. They were kind of in their own little pack, and then it was a pack of Graham Paul, Sacro, and somebody else. I can't remember who it was right now. My apologies. But they had a good battle. I was kind of in no man's land after my crashes, but you know.
Right. Once these guys get double file, we'll see if they go lap 2 or 3. Our lobby decided to go lap 3 just to give a little bit of time for everyone to get together, but they might be able to go lap 2 here as everyone's pretty much already set. If DWS and W can't get off of each other.
DWS is just showing W who's boss around here. I'm gonna ride on with
a bit of a love tap.
Yeah, a little left tap. Looks like they're gonna be going one more lap. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna be riding on with Blood here at the start. He's in 5th position. He will be calling the green for us today.
That is correct. Looks like a good mix of cars in the front, like 8. You usually see a lot of times a lot of teammates bunched together, but right now it's a very solid mix.
Yeah, it's really nice and spread out. And you know, you got some curveballs like Ty Hard being up in there.
Oh, there's your green.
And W instantly gets pushed out of the way by the one
Mamba
and only Ty Hard.
Yep, Mamba and Ty want to take advantage of that. D West is going to want to check out from that. So Ty is the one who's going to take advantage and come out second. Mamba's still trying to fight off W. A little bit of commotion in the back as 4 cars get tangled up as the Ford Bronze drivers. Old Stock, Matt, Ice Dude, and Racer Chick all get caught up on the front straight.
Racer Chick definitely got the worst end of that. She was all the way around. But, you know, I believe they were done 1 lap, so that may be a tally. I'm not too sure. These guys will figure it out.
We'll see. It was right there, so they might not know to call it or not. They might just chalk it up to first lap no tally rule.
Back at the front of the
Tally's
pack, W has gotten around Mr. Ruthless Mamba, taking that third place position back.
starting to spread out a little bit, except for Spider and Blood back here around 6th, 7th place. Side by side, Napkin's going to try to get his nose in there as well.
Yeah, Napkins might not want to go too hard against Blood here as they are teammates, but...
Well, he's going to get caught up by D-Highs a little bit.
It was a good save, everyone able to keep her straight.
Keep it going.
I'm going to hop on board with D-Highs, seeing as how he's kind of to the back of this big clump of cars and get to see all the action. He's trying to make a move on Solpun here. Doesn't quite get around him. Solpun doing a good job of holding the outside line.
This is a pretty nice view up here in drone view, no trademark.
And Solpun collects the wall a little bit, gives that position up to D-Highs. D-Highs going a little too far inside. It's going to lose a little bit of time to Napkins and Blood there.
Ty coming in his first race back. Still holding a second, but W isn't going to allow that for too much longer, I wouldn't imagine. At least doesn't want to.
Well, he is in second, but he also does hold the fastest lap of the race so far with a 16:016. Now, some of these guys over the course of the race, I'm sure, will get down into the 15s. I know we had some in my lobby. I know we had some in your lobby. So these guys will make it there at some point, I'm sure.
That's right. Well, B-West is right there on the cuff now. He took the fastest lap at a 16:004.
Yeah,
so he's right there, itching on 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's a very impressive lap. I mean, getting down to the 15s in this car is not easy. You have to run a perfect line, and you know the fastest I've heard of is a 16.94, and that was with Colt Chevy. So, you know, these guys definitely been putting in the work.
Yeah, 15.94 or?
Yes, a 15.94. Yeah. I don't know what I said, but
16.
W taking that inside line on Mr. Ty Hard, pushing him out of the way a little bit. Ty is not one to shy away, pushing W around a little bit, slowing him down. This is what D-West wants.
This is what I do not want, but we will keep our biases outside of the commentary booth.
That's right, you stay away. W, looks like there's a caution.
Oh, caution? I did see Bobby and Mamba were getting into it behind them, but they both look fine. I see D-Highs fell back towards the back of the pack. He must have spun out. So I'm assuming that first big wreck was called a tally, and then this is tally 2.
Yeah, it looks like Ice Dude may have been caught up in that incident as well. So we will see what happens. They got to the line before everyone got back, so they'll be doing one more pace lap. Zombie, I see you in the chat. That outside wall spin out. Yeah, it got me a few times. It would have been a good battle between the three of us, but you know it happens to the best of us. But it looks like I'm gonna ride on with Ice Dude, see all the cars spread their wings and fly and try and get around each other as we go green for the second time here at Big Valley Inner. And D-Highs is in the wall.
Yeah. But a lot of 2 wide action, 3, even 4 wide towards the back. Ty is going to want to push back on W to get back. Bobby's the one who's going to take advantage with the double undercut on his teammate and the independent driver. Ty is going to want it back, though, still fighting for that second place. But W might be liking this because he has a teammate up there now with him to help. There's a big wreck in the back, actually, with Ice Dude, Napkins, and Solpun. That might bring out another caution.
I don't know if it'll be a caution. It'll definitely be a tally. There was 3 cars involved in that.
Right.
And
it looks like it will just be a tally.
D-West again is just gap in the field with all this battling happening. Something happened with Bobby. He's fallen back a couple positions, but
D-West, they are going caution. They are going caution. Yeah, that was one of those where I think it was a big enough wreck to maybe justify just using both tallies on it. Since that was a pretty gnarly wreck.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, looking behind, it kind of seemed like Captain got involved a little late, so he may have came around the corner and collected a couple of them.
Yeah, again here at Inner Oval, our non-trademarked hot air balloon view showed me a great angle of that, as we will go with.
Yeah, it looks
We're
like
gonna
we're
be
going
going back green.
green this time by, and Bobby's the one pushing W into the wall,
Yeah,
pinching him off.
teammate on teammate action just a little bit. Ty's gonna want going for the lead, 3 wide again up front.
Looks like Booby tried to give W a little bit of a push there. Doesn't quite work out. And
Another smack into the wall in the back. Ice Dude again,
Spider.
just Ice Dude and Soul Pun again, just unfortunate.
Yeah, and up front, Spider kind of got pinched into the outside wall by his teammate Mamba there. I'm sure they're going to be having some words. We're 3 wide currently back here with Old Stock, Captain, and Spider. Captain getting a little bit of the short end of the stick there.
Oh, and another big wreck again involving Spider.
And he
Old
is
Stock
just getting
and
pushed.
Captain Napkins. Oh boy.
Man.
These guys are loving getting into each other today. As that will bring out yet another caution.
This is caution number 3. I mean, I don't know
already.
I don't know about you guys. My lobby had 0 cautions here.
Yeah, we also had 0 cautions on this track. We got close to calling a caution, but a few nice saves later.
I was the lone tally in my race, so, you know, gotta love it.
Isn't that fun?
Absolutely. I see Sacro, red flag. Yeah, this has been...
red flag.
this has been an interesting one for sure.
We're gonna go around one more time. They all need to take a little bit of a breather, as we, in the booth, your commentary partner, unbeknownst, will now be taking a sponsored break by Team Firebirds, featuring a Firebird with a camera up in the air.
No.
that is the reason why I'm getting this drone footage.
I'm going to ride on with Ty Hart here, going to the green. I know he's going to try for an undercut on these two.
I wouldn't expect any less. We're back green. He's going to go for it, but catches the wall!
He tries it. Oh, God.
Oh, no!
Alright.
A shout out to Racer Chick making her way back up into the top 5 after the restarts, right on Ty's tail.
Yeah, and Bobby got... Something must have happened with him. He kind of got pushed way back into the pack. Went from 4th to 7th there. That's Ty Hard, the classic beating and banging on Ruthless Mamba here. They kind of get linked up, and Ruthless goes into the wall.
Hey, playing tag team with a concrete wall. I don't know if you want to win that necessarily, but 3 wide into the back straight in the midfield. 4 wide now as Ruthless is the one who makes a beautiful undercut, overcut almost, slice in between everyone, getting some overtakes.
Yeah,
but the D West W show up front side by side now with Ty trailing. This is going to be the fight to watch for the rest of the race. As we are now closing in on the cutoff.
Yeah, and these two up front, they were 2 wide for about 3 laps right after that restart, so they're very, very equally matched here. Looking around towards the back of the pack, I'm going to ride on with Old Stock. And as a piece of concrete just kind of flew and smashed into the roof of his car. I don't know how that happened, but good work, Bugbear. It's looking like we got a pretty good battle going on in the middle of the pack here. Got Captain Napkins trying to dive on the inside of Ruthless Mamba. Soul Pun trying to follow him up there, get as many positions as he can. And unfortunately for the Thunder Hamsters, they're having a bit of a rough showing here. I mean, other than D-West, Captain, their goal driver's back in 8th here. I kind of feel bad for them. I mean, this kind of happened with my team where Graham was carrying us and I was just hanging out.
Well, I will say that W's team has the strongest showing right now, looking to extend their gap. With W in 1st, and then Bobby trying to defend Racer Chick off for 4th.
And Ty just gets into the inside of D-West there just a little bit. He backs off. I think they know that W's got this locked up right now.
Yeah, they want to keep themselves alive to at least not take each other out before the line. Speaking of taking each other out, Mamba in the back, big wreck. Mamba caught the outside barrier and got collected by 3 or 4
Oh
people, but
man.
Mamba's the only one to really take a big hit from that. That's very unfortunate for Mamba.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Mamba and a big hit for Shenanigan Pancakes there. I mean, when you have your top two drivers in 11th and 14th, that's not a good feeling, but hopefully they can bring it back for a solid finish on the next race. Going to the front of the pack, going to ride on board with Mr. W here in the last lap. Coming around the corner, he will be taking the victory as long as he doesn't royally mess it up.
He does not.
He takes the victory. Shout out to D-West there. He led a lot of laps and did manage to break that 15 barrier with a 15.985. But we will get Mr. W up in the booth. Really didn't want to talk to him today, but here we are.
What can you say? We might as well. I mean, he's up here in the booth so much, he pretty much lives here. You better make him pay rent.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to have to pay for his screen time here shortly. I mean, he's such a very consistent racer. It's kind of unreal. I'm going to shoot him a quick message. Just never mind. Here he
already
is.
knows.
He already knows. W.
What is up?
Congratulations, sir, on a very I want to say this was a well-earned win from you.
Very different, to say the least. A lot of cautions on an oval. You don't see it very often.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that and how mine and AY's lobby actually had no cautions here. So I guess the pressure got to you all.
Oh gosh, yeah. It was an amazing race with Westbrook. He was cracking up. He's like, I nailed every restart, but the one that mattered most. It's like, well, came down to it, man. It was exciting. I had fun on that race. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and coming talking about that restart, when you have a guy like Ty Hard behind you, you know he's going to go on try and dive on the inside, and it just messed him up just enough to throw him off his line a little bit, and it happens to the best of us, but it was a very well-earned victory.
Yeah, I would say it was definitely one of the tougher ones. Didn't help that in the party, I don't know what was going on with my headset. It kept kind of in and out, so I couldn't hear when we were going green, so I was like sleeping on the starts. I don't know if anybody saw it on the main start, but I was like sleeping.
Well, we're gonna let you go. I just want to ask, as the current world record holder on PS4, what are your thoughts going into this race?
Honestly, I'm just gonna try to run the same lines, and I'm super excited for this one. One of my favorite tracks, and run one of my favorite cars, so I'm super excited for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a good race to watch. Maybe not so much with you tearing away from everybody because you're a robot, but everyone else is going to be fun.
We were talking about before you got in here. If you win this race again, you're gonna be in the booth so much we might just have to make you pay rent.
What? No. I missed last week. You didn't have to worry about me.
It doesn't matter. Anyways, buddy, we're going to let you go and get ready for this qualifying.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Good luck, sir. And that was your race 1 winner in I Think I Can W. Surprise, surprise. I mean, what else can we say at this point?
I'll point out a strong showing, not just for him, but Bobby as well, putting some more extra points in the team. I didn't catch exactly where he finished, but I know he finished, I'm pretty sure he finished like 4th, I think. A strong finish for Bobby, definitely in the top 6 or so.
Yeah, very good finish from his teammate, who's been having to carry that captain's flag a little bit here. I see Bumskeg in the chat saying he finished in 4th, so...
Thank you, Bum.
Good old Bumskag. We missed you tonight. hope everything is going well with you, buddy. But we're going to be getting ready for 5 laps here on Northland Raceway. This is a new one for PRA, I believe.
I this layout, yes, I do believe so. I think we've run Northland the inner route, I believe, once in the past, but other than that, pretty much uncharted territory here.
Yeah, and as W said, this is his favorite track, his favorite car. He's very, very strong here for sure.
Well, so we're about to start our qualifying. I do want to take a second to send all of our prayers out to our boy Oscar, having a family emergency during our last set of races. So thoughts out to Oscar.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was supposed to be the commentator today, and he let me know as soon as he could what was going on. So, thoughts and prayers are out to you, brother. And we have a bit of an interesting tactic going on here at the back of the pack. We have W, Bobby, Solpun, and who else is it? An Old Stock, yes. They're all in a pack together.
All of the missiles together trying to take off of W's line.
Well, if there's one person to follow, it is W.
Alright, let's see if it works. And then way behind them as well, D-West is lurking.
See, and D-West is being smart, trying to take some pointers from their lines as well.
He's a little far back for that. He just wants as clean air as possible, which is completely understandable on this track.
Yeah, and you have Spider kind of just parked up over there. I don't know what's going on with him, but I'm sure he'll be starting his qualifying lap soon.
There he goes. He is now underway, I believe. He was thinking the same thing as D-West, just wanting a little bit of space. As I do want to see something, yes. So the tires coming out of where Ruthless is passing right now. So out of the hairpin, you go downhill, and there's that big tire stack to the right before like the uphill left. You know where I'm talking about, Wire?
Oh yeah, W's going to be coming up to that section shortly.
And W's going to hate to see it because in the pre-race a couple days ago in practice, we were talking about this. W uses those tires as a turning point. So D-West talked about he was going to make sure he took out those tires. And indeed he did.
Yeah, and see, I actually am kind of the opposite. I like to get rid of those tires because I suck and don't want to drift out into them.
Yeah, that's what D-West was saying as well, but when he heard W loved to have those tires there, he could not help himself but to make sure those were gone.
Yeah, and W straight away here with a 59.827. Better than my PB.
Yeah, I'm still in the 1 minute club.
I'm in the 59s. I hit it one time and it was magical and haven't been nowhere close since. But that's a very strong effort from, I think, a W here in his first hot lap. Let's ride on board with Mamba. He's in second. See if he can run anything faster than what he's got right now. He does not improve. But it looks like the strategy has kind of worked out for Solpun there, running a 1 minute .8. Still a very strong lap time here. But it looks like the strategy didn't quite work for Bobby and Old Stock, as they're down in the 102s. I noticed they kind of got a little separated from them. Old Stock improves to a 102.1. Yeah, Bumskeg, anything under a 101 is very, very solid.
Other than W, who do you think is worth having your eye on for this race?
I think Spider.
You know, I was gonna say that too. After the rough going at the oval, he's definitely gonna want to make up for that on this long road course. Well,
Yeah,
if you want to
not
call it road.
not only that, but Spider's also, he really, from what I hear, enjoys this track, and I think he's still a little shaken up from that first race. He's not running quite to where he wants to be.
I think he'll sure get it figured out, though.
Another person to point out right now is Ice Dude Man 420 with a 101.5. I believe his PB that I've seen at least before this has been a 101.7. So always good to see improvement in your qualifying laps.
That is correct, and that would also put him lead of the Bronze Series drivers in the lobby tonight so far.
Yeah, except for Ty, but Ty doesn't count. D
Ty's not
West
bronze. Ty's not bronze.
D West slips up on his final lap there and ends up retiring and diving into a little crevice there.
Well, let's see if anyone can take his spot. Mamba may hold on a second.
Right on with Ice Dude here, coming around to the very end.
Yes, W's going to improve down to a 59.7. Bomb is going to hold on to second. D West is going to hold on to third unless Spider has anything to say about it.
Spider's coming around the corner. Very clean final corner.
And across the line. Improving his time, but not enough to get him out of 5th place.
Yeah, so very strong showing out of W. Kind of expected that, but the duo in Mamba and Spider looking quite strong here. Same with W and Soulpun. I mean, Soulpun is a silver driver up and amongst these gold and diamond behemoths. Very, very strong showing out of him.
Definitely flying, that's for sure.
Yeah, and this is a guy that I think, he's learned from one of the best in the game. He puts a lot of time in, or he used to. I think he still puts a fair amount in, so, honestly, very strong pick for W for his team.
Well, practice makes perfect, and W is talking about it as well. Another reason he picked up Soulpun, not just for how fast he is, but for how hard and well he can defend.
Yes, he is one of the most frustrating people to pass in this league. There's a few people that I have issues passing. He's one of the main ones.
Oh yeah. So that's gonna beg the question then, with this with this race start coming up, do you think someone like Spider or Blood might want to get into Soul a little bit, try to bump past? I mean, there's gonna be a lot of bumping into this first turn anyway.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm looking at Spider. He's gonna have that inside line, and he's calling
We'll also
green.
get to call green.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be looking at him off the start to make a quick move on Soulpun or maybe even D West.
So let's go ahead and talk about the track itself real quick. This is going to be a really tough race start. As proven by my race lobby, there was a lot of beating and banging. It's always going to be a bit of a tough start with everyone wanting to jostle for position when turn 1 is a sharp hairpin. But it doesn't help that turn 2 is also a sharp hairpin. Just going the other way.
It's definitely a very tricky start. I found in my lobby that we kind of broke off into 2 packs after every start. It was like the top 3 or 4 kind of broke away from everybody else, and everyone behind us just kind of got into small incidents, nothing tally-worthy or over-aggressive, just little pushes here and there.
Yeah, in my lobby, it went more everyone pretty much went through side by side, and whoever didn't get bumped off the track stayed, and whoever did fell back.
Yeah, it was more of a drive or die situation.
Pretty much. As we had multiple, 3 wide to the first hairpin, followed by the same 3 wide into the second hairpin, and then 3 wide, 4 wide over this big jump here that the guys are about to cross over. One tough thing about the Stellar is its suspension. The one downside to the car, I'd say, is the suspension is not the most favorable thing. So the bouncing off of this jump can oftentimes lead guys to take weird bounces and run wide or run into each other, as happened to me in my race here.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely the least consistent jump in terms of suspension I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, a car like the Razor, it's hard to give that car a run for its money, but the Stellar definitely can, I think.
Yeah, and it's just that it's a very weird. It's not even like it's bad. It's just if you hit it slightly off, it will send you any which way.
Yeah, the lanes are very inconsistent, so that big jump there on the middle straight, you don't want to take that 3 wide for sure. But as we're coming around, W bunches the pack up. Spider is going to call us to green, green, green. W wants to get a good start. As I talked about, a lot of guys bunching up in the first turn, 4 wide, just whoever can make it through.
And we are 4 wide going into the second hairpins.
Make it 5. Make
Five,
it 5.
maybe 6, close to 6. We almost had it.
A lot of guys, and Ty! No, Ty is the one who gets the short end of the stick, unfortunately.
Oh, that one hurt me, man. That was brutal.
That was heartbreaking to see if the bad bounce, but no tallies on the first lap, so Ty's gonna have some work to do.
Yeah, but this is a very tricky track. I wouldn't be surprised to see a caution come out.
Yeah, well, Bobby and Racer Chick are trying to make it happen on the first lap still. I don't think they got the memo that tallies don't start until the second lap.
Yeah, and Spider, I think, is happy to just kind of sit here, relax, and watch this go down for now.
Yeah, as another rough spot I'll point out really quick as we just passed it. That back straight right before the final turn, if you run wide, those like little bumps, like little hilly bumps on the outside, that will also send your car flying.
Yeah, no, if you run a tiny bit wide, or that was Bobby collects the wall a little bit there. Yeah. Captain's able to get the position.
Yep.
Let's right on board with Captain here. He's a little bit of a gap between the people behind him and in front of him. Bobby gets one of those weird bounces, able to save it.
So yeah, W's definitely wanting to take the opportunity to check out right about now, but I think Mamba's not going to let him get away that easy, as D-West has a hard time on the uphill S, but he keeps her together. Soul Pun looking to chase him down, though.
Yeah, and I just want to point out that uphill S is, I mean, when you're battling, it's probably one of the more difficult spots on this track to handle.
Honestly, we're going to say that of every single part of this track, so let's just go ahead and say every single part of this track is tricky.
Well, I got to give a shout out to W here. He ran a 59.577.
Wow.
So
does that beat his PB?
I don't think so. I think his PB's a .571, I want to say.
Well, might as well. The fact he could run that fast in a race is just insane.
Yeah, and you know, a little shout out to Zombie here too. That was right around where Zombie was running in the race. So these two guys are just in a world of their own. I know Unknown and Fast was down into those times as well, your teammate. Not in the race.
That is right. Yeah, in the race he kind of had a bit of a rough time going, getting caught up in a few different incidents. It's one of those caught up.
Bobby got pushed out super wide by D-Highs there right after those uphill S's. Lost 2 positions because of it.
It's the old bumpity bumps. Those will slow you down for sure.
The old bumpity bumps. I love it.
That's what they're known as now.
I'm going to ride on board with Racer Chick here for a little bit. She's been trying to reel in Soul Pun here. It's down to a 1:01.1 Soul Pun at a 1 minute .6. Very, very strong lap time, especially for a silver driver here. Exactly the same lap time in race is what Sakura was saying. So I guess that must tie his PB? Is that what you're saying, Sakura? I don't know.
Wouldn't surprise me. Let's see if...
Oh, Zombie and W had the exact same times.
Oh, gotcha. See a fight to watch really quick. If you get on to Bobby and Blood and Tears, Blood ran out wide a little bit into the bumpity bumps. Bobby takes the final turn, takes the inside line, and is looking to gap him on the straight. As most of the guys are actually surprisingly spread out now in in this one.
Yeah, this is spread out very, very quickly. I'm a little surprised by that, to be honest.
Yeah, as the first two races definitely didn't go that way. But there is still this three-way battle for ninth, which is the most entertaining thing on the track right now, I think. That Napkins, Spider actually ran a little bit wide up here for sixth. The Napkins is looking to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and I will say, it looks like something might have happened with Old Stock. Ty's back up, and never mind. Ty hits the inside tire in that double
Oh
right-hander
no.
after the jump. We may see a caution come out here.
I think, is that commentator's curse we're seeing here?
Oh, of course, and I'm glad it
W is
happened to
slowing
Ty.
up. W is slowing up.
Caution is
So,
out. This is a saving
game changing.
grace for Ty Hard here.
Tired. I'm gonna be looking at someone like Ruthless up here in second now. This is one of the few tracks I'd say second is not a bad place to start. Usually you don't want to start second because you'll just get run out wide the first turn. But consider the fact that the second turn he'd be on the inside for the hairpin, assuming he can hold it.
Yeah, in both my lobby starts, I started in second, and I actually kind of liked it. I mean, Zombie definitely had the advantage, and he was able to just run away from us pretty quick, but, you know, it felt like I could stay a little bit wider and avoid all the bumping and bagging in that corner one.
That's right, as we're gathering together here now.
Bumscake saying commentator's curse does not exist. I think we just proved it does. That the second I talk about Ty Hard, he ate a tire, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bumscake saying if he's Mamba, he's roughing up W a little bit. I agree. Nothing to, you know, throw him off the track or spin him out. Just, you gotta keep that little bit of contact to keep his momentum down.
That's right. Keep W reeled in a little bit. The one scary thing with this car is this car does get hooked up a little bit. So, potentially you don't want to, especially with this car, you don't want to go too hard with it because you might end up taking both of you out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to ride on board with Racer Chick. She will be calling the green for us. And I want to see what happens in this front group of five. As everything's getting bunched up, and we are going green, green, green for the second time here at Northland Outer.
Looks like it's going to be
And
Racer Chick, the one fighting up there. As W does get the separation he needs. And Mamba cannot find the back panel of W's car, so...
And something happened with Solpon. He's back in 7th now, so bit of a rough start for Team Flying Missiles there, other than...
Oh, big
W.
wreck in the back. I can't see who that is.
That
One
was
second.
Ty Hard.
Of course, it's Ty.
And it looks like Spider
Poor
got
Ty.
involved in that as well. And maybe D-Highs was involved? Where are you, D-Highs? Yeah, D-Highs has fallen
D-Highs is in the
very far
back.
back.
So, yeah, again, a little bit of a spread here, but not the end of the world for everyone here as we're starting to single file out again, but mistakes can be made. Captain Napkins getting a run on Solpon. Getting a little bit of the door.
Using that nose of the car to say, hey, I'm in gold, get out of my way.
Solpon isn't one to give it up that easy, though, as we talked about at the start of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the one tough man to pass. I see Bumskag in the chat. Solpon got pushed out, being on the outside. That hairpin sucks. The lineup on the outside. Yeah, if you're on the outside in the middle of the pack, it's definitely very difficult.
Another factor that helps out Solpon here is he's right next to his teammate Bobby, so they could possibly work together to keep Captain back. Bobby would definitely love that for Gold Series points.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Bobby's not leading the gold right now. That belongs to Mamba, who D-West is on his tail. We're caution?
Oh, we've got another caution. Must be from the D-High's
Looks like
Tie Hard wreck.
Looks like Old Stock and Ice Dude. Something happened
Oh, Old
with
Stock
them.
and Ice Dude as well. Okay. So, take Take 3.
Third time's the charm, guys.
And this will be the last restart since caution cutoff is lap 12, so unless everybody dies on lap 11, which honestly at this point I don't think is the most unrealistic thing, but...
Yeah, anything can happen here, I'm not going to lie. But a little shout out to Racer Chick, she's up in 4th position. She's been having a really strong showing today. I see Sakura cheering on Racer Chick for the win. I think these guys just want to hear her up in the booth.
I mean, hey, I can't really blame them.
But I know this is W's worst nightmare, because now these guys know that they cannot let W get away. And D-West... I mean, D-West has Bobby behind him, so that's really not much different from having Ty behind you. Like, no disrespect to those two guys, but they're some of the... they like to be aggressive.
Don't look away now. I will knock on wood this time for you. But Ty Hart has worked his way back into the midfield. He's not too far behind from that front row.
I'm not talking about him anymore.
So you can blame me if something happens to Ty, as we're about to go green, green, green for possibly the last time. As W doesn't get as good of a start as he wanted to. Bobby's actually the one, but Bobby clutch helps out.
Captain makes a big jump.
Tell you what, that's a massive move from Bobby, helping out his teammate W by getting up in there, pushing those other guys away, and defending W so he can check out.
Oh god, this is going to be scary.
Like, they all make it alive, though. Ty gets a little bit slippery, but he holds on this time.
And you know what? I saw Little Zombie jumping out wide there on purpose, so, you know, maybe Ty knows something we don't. These guys are 3 wide in the back. Racer Chick's getting roughed up just a little bit.
Ty runs wide again. A lot of little beating and banging back here towards the back.
Oh, and Soul Pun just eats the wall back there.
That's unfortunate for Soul Pun. And Racer Chick, too, catches the outside wall in the main straight, falling back to 7th, possibly 8th, with Ty right next to her. As she gets almost completely ran out, but holds on.
Yeah, and riding on board with D-West makes a beautiful undercut on Spider Monkey there as we hop on. Very nice move. But that will be caution cut off. No more cautions. We're green to the end. W has remained dominant here, and D-Highs has DNF. D-Wests eat the tire.
Oh, that's a big collision with D-West, Ty, Soul Pun. A lot of people getting caught up in that.
Oh, man. I just gotta, like, stop watching people, I guess. I don't know.
Captain catches the back of Spider up here in 4th. They really get into it. Racer Chick's going to take advantage and get the twofer up into 4th. Spider's not going to let her get away with that too easy, though. As she gets run into the outside wall, Captain's going to take his spot right back as well.
Man, what a race in this mid-pack here. I mean, Racer Chick with a great little inside move on Captain Napkins there, but Spider and Captain are going to have the inside line coming into this corner. These two are right on board. Soulpun has suspension damage and brake damage. Very, very unfortunate. Looks like D-High has actually quit out of the race completely, so, you know, that sucks to see. I don't know what happened, but...
Man, really quick, something to point out with that last restart. D-West is fighting Ty Harden for 8th place.
Look, it's my two commentated cursed people battling each other. I will not say their names.
You do not want to cause further harm, while as everyone's getting through the final turn, W is down into turn 2.
But I think I Can W is doing a great job of being in the lead here. It'd be a real shame if I think I Can W hit anything. W.
That definitely would not be a fortunate situation for his team.
Yeah, it would not be great. I'm just hoping to commentators curse him a little bit here, but knowing this kid...
There is no bias in this chat.
I have a bias of hating W and hoping he loses, but that's just a personal issue.
Tying W side by side through the jump. Racer Chicken Napkins right there, too, side by side. Blood and tears caught between the middle of those two fights.
Blood goes
Pretty
a
interesting
little
stuff.
far on the inside. DUS is pushing out wide. Watch out for that tree.
So as we're going to hit the lap. Sorry, I was watching this fight back here. Blood's going to try to take the outside. That's not going to work because the bumps will slow you down.
The
But
good old
Ty is going
bumpity
to fight
bumps.
D-West. The good old bumpity bumps. Racer Chicken Napkins kind of catch each other into the wall. So D-West and Ty might have a chance to catch these two as well if things go well for them. W is completely checked out. Then Mamba's checked out from everyone else. Spider's catching up to Bobby a little bit. I will point that out.
Yeah, it looks like there's a decent little gap there. Bobby's gonna have to make a few mistakes here for Spider to catch up and make a move, but you know, anything can happen. I said his name now, so you never know.
Yeah.
Racer Chick having a great battle with Captain Napkins here. D-West has kind of caught up to these two a little bit. You know, if they keep fighting in that final corner, D-West may be able to get a run on them.
Let's see how this goes. Napkin is holding 5th. Racer Chick in 6th. The D-West in 7th. Ty in 8th. What's the final order going to be? Napkins does hit the bumpy bumps a little bit. Let's see who gets the best run. Looks like Napkins will hold on, though. Racer Chick
touches the wall.
He touches the wall. Racer Chick might have the run to the line.
Captain's got it.
Captain's got it, just barely. Wow.
Man, great race between these groups. A little shout out to W. I know I wasn't riding on you, but you were well ahead of the field, so. But great racing between everybody here for sure. You know, it was a tough race. This is not an easy track to stay consistent on.
As we look at the times, W obviously with the 59.5 he set early into the race. Nobody else able to get under that 1 minute mark.
Yeah, Mamba will be the closest to reaching that with a 101 or a minute point one, excuse me. Looks like W has quit. I don't know if we're gonna see him in the booth, but
I'm sure he's coming.
While we are waiting, I see Sacro heal off a bit, and that dang flag man got out to you West. Yeah, that flag man, he's taking some souls tonight. Mr. W.
What is up?
So I hope you don't watch that video later, but I was definitely not trying to commentator's curse you at the end of that race. I don't know what you're talking about.
What? How dare you?
Well, it kind of seemed that everyone that I hopped on and talked about died that lap. So I went on, said your name about 6 times, and rode on with you for a lap, and nothing happened. So
poor Ty D West got commentators cursed. So he's trying to get 3rd time's the charm, but W's too good for that.
Absolutely, but congratulations. I will say, I was talking with, or I guess chatting with Sacro, who's in the chat. You and Little Zombie ran the exact same time in race.
Nuh-uh, did we really?
Yeah, you guys both had a .577.
That's fucking funny.
But
man, I wish we were thrown in the same lobby.
You know, I kind of wish he was in that lobby with you too. I would have much rather raced with Ty. But it seems like W is being called by his parents, so... Okay, he was back for a second. I see Zombie in the chat. Can't believe that we got the exact lap. It's very interesting. I would have loved to seen you two battle it out here. It would have been a very, very good fight between the two of you.
And in that way as well, it could have been a win-win. Ty couldn't have gotten commentators cursed either.
Yeah, I probably would have spent more time focusing on the battle of the two titans, and would have left Ty Hart alone. But
that was embarrassing. Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Problems with living with parents, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Unknown on the Wreckfest Point League. Could have put all 3 of us in. That would have been a very, very good race. Unknown, W, and Little Zombie.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been interesting to watch for sure.
I would have had fun racing it.
Yeah, it was likely a bit of a boring race for you, other than the restarts. I mean, you kind of just ran away from the field. Very dominant victory.
I just I was happy with the car choice, the car track, and I I guess in a way I took advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely took it and ran. Next week is going to be an interesting one for sure. I mean, that could. I think
Could
next
be
week can
anyone's.
change a whole lot of points battles.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited for next week, and hopefully I could show up. And I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm very excited for next week. But congratulations on your sweep tonight. One hard-earned victory and one dominating performance.
Well, thank you.
Anyways, guys, that has been week number 4 of season 15 in PRA. 80, you got anything else to say to the lovely viewers?
Just glad to be back in the booth again, and I want to make sure everyone knows. Come check out next week. Next week is going to be chaotic. It will also close out. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wired, but it will close out the individual points standings.
Yes, so after next week, it is the individual point standings championship week, where we will crown the victor of bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. And also will be the final decisions on who makes it into the playoffs. It'll be the 3 winners of each division plus 3 wild cards, so it'll definitely be a race to watch.
That's right. So next week we'll close off what some may see as the traditional PRA championship for the individual drivers, but that only gets started for the playoffs, which are going to be a lot of fun. And next week as well, A class, just to throw a wrench into things even further.
Yeah, we decided we wanted chaos for our last races, so definitely make sure you come and check it out next week at the same time, 8:30 Eastern on Monday night.